So today we're doing a roof wash and a house wash for a guy, and he says, I'm glad you showed up and give me an estimate. Yeah, that's great. He said, I had to fire my lawn guy. And I said, you did? That ain't any good. I said, why'd you have to fire him? And he said, he just didn't cut it. Morning, guys. Taking some before pictures. We got this house. The house is just really dusty. It really isn't that bad. But the roof is what we're here for today. And you can see he cleaned part of it himself. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. He just realized it was going to be a whole lot to do. If you're only using a backpack spray, it's a whole lot of back and forth. So we had washed one of his friends' roofs a couple years ago, and they recommended this. So we're here. Got to water those. And of course, I've not set anything up yet. But so it should be a really simple job. You can walk this roof easily. I got a couple downspouts that I'm going to put a garbage bag on. I threw the soap to it because I don't want a lot of runoff. But have two that go right into a flower bed, the downspouts. Most of them he don't care about, and he didn't even mention these, but I seen them. I got one downspout from the back that drains there and drains, so I'm good there. But I got a couple out here that drain right into the flower bed. So I'm gonna bag them, and even though I normally don't, I will probably rinse some of the edge, maybe 2 or 3 foot up, 4 feet up of this. Now what I did with this job was he wanted a roof wash, and then he wanted these gutters. He wanted these gutters hit. Well, I told him by the time I spray the gutters, I'm gonna have half the house washed. So why don't you just let me go ahead and wash the whole house? So that's what we did. He did his driveway or his sidewalk last year. So yeah, see, I got one there going to the lane, and I got one there. So should be a pretty easy job today. Just got to get all the hoses drew out. The pitch isn't bad. Yeah, so just wanted to do a walk around, take some before pictures, get some of what this roof looks like, and go from there. So I'm gonna try to get you some footage of me shooting up there today. We'll just have to see how that goes, so hold it. Right now I got the pressure washer. I just got my gun, and I'm just wetting all this wood down. There probably is going to be a little bit of overspray from that. Nothing crazy. We always try to keep that at a minimum. So just to be on the safe side, we'll go ahead and wet this fence down. That way it doesn't spot, and if it does, we'll just make it uniform. But right now we're just going through the process of just wetting everything down. Sometimes that strong mix will have a reaction you may not want. I am very, very lucky right now because here in Tennessee it has been into the 90s like heat that I can't ever remember. I mean, like I can't ever remember. We've been in droughts before, and about 4 years ago we had a drought, and about 4 years ago we had a drought, and it stayed over 100 for I don't know how many days. Well, this week it hasn't been over 100. It's been close to it, but the heat index is what has been so bad. The heat index has been horrific. I think one day it said it was 94, felt like 108, or 96, it felt like 108. I mean, you can't breathe in that stuff. So I got lucky when I come to price this one, because I'm like, I get to work in the shade almost all day. Can't beat that. So, got to be thankful for your blessings. Doing a little plant protection. Like I said, I got a downspout there. It's going to run that way. Shouldn't have, but I'm still going to, still going to bag this one. This one runs to the side of, this one runs to the side of that one. But guys, doing a roof washing, you can burn plants up. And I would honestly say that if you hadn't burnt any up, browned them, not to say you killed them, but if you did enough, you're going to brown them no matter what kind of protection you put in place. It's just part of it. Not to say that you should expect it, but I always tell the customer, hey, I'll do everything that I can to make sure that doesn't happen. So we wet them down good. I'll go up and spray, and the first thing I do when I come back off the roof is spray them down again just to rinse them. And then of course when we're washing the house, they'll end up getting rinsed again. So just be mindful of that. Just be mindful. But you know, I talk about working in the shade, and that's great, but that ain't to say it ain't hot. Don't get me wrong on that. I think at 8 o'clock this morning it's supposed to be 92 with like a heat index of 100. So that don't get me wrong. I'm glad I'm in the shade. But whew, it's still a hot day. So I got my hoses pulled and my plants are watered. My pump should be primed by now, and I am fixing to go up and give this customer a new roof. And I say that kind of jokingly, but when we're done, that's what it looks like. It looks like a new roof. So let me get this thing started. Hey, this is Jonathan from John Boy's Pro Wash. You've seen my Facebook ad, seen the before and afters, and I want to let you see what we're on today. Alright guys, we're up on this roof. You see all them black streaks, all that around through there. This is pretty heavy. That's why I use 5% mix, because 3% you may have to hit it twice. I just assume do it once. So let's see what happens. We're going to we got our hose pulled. I'm going to start down here on the end, work my way back. Now this side may have been a little struggle, but I could have easily shot this whole backside from the ground, which I'm afraid of heights, so that always interests me. But gonna let the air out to the pump. From the ground always interests me, but just letting that kind of bleed out. But with this one, I could come up here and get both sides, and it shouldn't take that long at all. It'll be just like pre-treating the concrete. So this concrete's just flat, or it isn't flat. So let me well, I'll just show you. I'm ran through, I got my shut off. I'm just going to start spraying it. Honestly, this is the first roof that I have done this year. So I did a few last year, and I just haven't had the calls this year for roofs. It's all been houses, and I did a lot of decks and concrete. So it's funny, one year you may do a lot of one thing, and the next year you do a lot of something else. So see that slow roll? That's what we want. That's that good old $5 a gallon, or yeah, I think it's a gallon, Purex. People may say it don't work or it ain't good enough. Look, it's slow rolling. That's all I need right there, baby. So just showing you a little spray, and I'm not going to show the whole roof. I want to get off here and get done with this as much as I can. I got sweat rolling in my face. Sun's trying to come up over there. Like I said, I'm in the shade, but whew, it's going to be a day. So I'm going to get this took care of, and I'll bring you along. Go ahead and show you a little bit more. Shooting that edge there. All that moss. See, and that's another thing he had on this house is he has some moss. And I told him, you know, that'll turn white because it's dead, and then it'll end up falling off with the rain. But he blew a lot of it off with his backpack blower. Look, I want you to see, just in the time we've been talking, that roof is already clean. Look at that. Now, is that not a big difference or what? That roof's already clean. Just in the amount of time we've been talking, that's how quick it took to work. So, yeah, works pretty good. I mean, this is the way that the roof manufacturers recommend cleaning the roof, and so as long as we can do it the way they want us to, I'm happy with it. It's no more pressure. The thing with a lot of people is they feel that when you're a pressure washing business and you say you're going to wash the roof, they think you're going to get up there and blow the granulars off. And that isn't the case. You get up here and it's no more than what a water hose would be. I think a water hose is like 60 PSI, and that's about what this is. So we got all this here. Got the neighbor pulling in now, and or a customer pulling in now. So we're just gonna get out here and go ahead and keep getting this thing sprayed. We'll see. Well, guys, what y'all are looking at here is there's no knowledge this time, it's just ignorance. See all them hose reels, pressure washers not hooked up. None of my hoses are hooked up. I left out this morning and just knew I had enough to do what I needed to do over here. But I said, nah, I'm not completely full. Let me go ahead and fill up. Nah, I think I'm gonna be good. Well, I get 2 sections left on this roof and still have to do the house wash, and I have to go back and mix more and make more, and that would have filled me up to begin with. So I'm not gonna say there's any knowledge today, it's just stupidity. So you say you live and learn, but dang, how many times am I gonna do it? So maybe next time I'll be a little bit smarter. All right, guys, I didn't get a whole lot of footage, but this is what I have saved from running into that. So I'm gonna put this in here and go over here and get the other one, and we'll be done with this job. This one looks like it may have a little bit more. I mean, I know this is just cheap garbage bags, but hey, they did the job. Look at what look at all that algae, nasty algae in that didn't come run down on these plants. So I know they make gutter bags and people get them. I'll have to get me some eventually, but for now, I mean, this works just as good. I'm gonna do a walk around, take some pictures with you, but a customer came out and kind of kept me company today, so I didn't want to do a whole lot of videoing. But yeah, this roof came out good. I was stupid because I didn't I knew I should have brought more mix and I didn't bring it, which kind of worked out good because I had about 35 gallons mixed up, and I end up needing just a little bit more than that. And so with needing more than that, I wouldn't have been able to fill up as much as I needed, so I would have had to have left anyway. But still, the point is I should have known better and had plenty. But you know what, whatever. So got that poured out. I'll set you up here for a minute, take my gloves off, and do a walk around. This roof came out amazing. Customer's extremely happy. And, you know, it should be. It looks good. The gutter line was pretty rough. I was able to get it took care of for him. I ended up hitting it like 3 times to make sure that we got them good for him. And had a green algae all the way around this. And when I was cleaning the pump out with what I had left with my pump, I ended up getting it. But man, you talk about a night and day difference on this roof. And that's what he was after. Once it rains, it'll look even better. So I am extremely happy with it. All the plants were watered, don't have any issues with plants. I don't even think I took too many before pictures, so except for the roof. But yeah, just another one in the books. Satisfied customer. He was happy with what we did. We did the roof and the house. It took me a lot longer. The gutters were pretty rough. I told him I was going to try to get them best I could, so I ended up shooting them 3 times just so I could, you know, do the best for him. Get them the cleanest as I could get them. They were pretty bad. But yeah, they're going to try to get you a little more footage, and had company, but I mean, that's fine. It's cool, ain't nothing wrong with it. But yeah, all he has left on his gutters now is oxidation, and he'll get that took care of. If I'd have had enough, I would have went ahead and sprayed his sidewalk to have helped him out a little bit, but I didn't have enough mix. So my something extra was one little section in the back that was covered in green. So let me say I didn't get a picture of that, and I'm pretty sure I took a picture of it before, or at least had a video of it. Oh, but you always gotta love it when customer happy. A lot can go wrong in a house wash, roof wash. I mean, it's pretty simple, but at the same time, there's a lot that goes into it also. So when you got customers that's happy, that means a lot. So we have maybe 2 or 3 gallons of mix left. We'll have to be going and buying some more bleach for the next jobs we get. But customers happy. I got to work in the shade today, which was amazing. It's so hot, man. As soon as you walked out into the heat, out in the sun, you can feel it. So I appreciated that. That's God's way of telling me I needed a break from the heat today, I guess, because the last few days, I'm telling you, it's been humid here in Tennessee. I mean, 95s and 96s is feeling like 100s and 8s, and that's rough. It's rough to be out in, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Take your time. I mean, heck, even if you ain't got a business, you don't have a business, and you're out in this stuff, which they tell you not to be, just be smart. Take a break as many times as you need to. So that's what I've been doing this week. But that's my time for the day. Just wanted to give you guys some rough footage. Like I said, it's the first one of the year, and hopefully not the last. So we'll catch you next time.